aspects of life are more actually the opposite convention. Like comfort, it's comfortable. You want to get stronger? Okay, it's not comfortable. Pain, okay? Pain plus reflection equals progress. Pain is a teacher. You want to eliminate pain from your life? You're going to have a better life? No, because it's giving you messages. So many different things are the opposite of what we're taught. And it goes down to even the education system, okay? You failed. Hey, that's the beginning of a discovery process. That's a good thing, okay? Okay, now how do I look at failure and learn from failure? It's really a self-discovery process. Discovering what you want, discovering what you're like, and the best way to do that is to want to do that, right? If you want self-discovery, then you'll find your ways of getting the self-discovery. They'll appear all around you. It's really important to go above oneself and to reflect on that. If you do make your passion and your work the same thing, then it's great, right? Because your passion, whatever it might be, you're a painter or you're an entrepreneur or whatever that is, and you find that more enjoyable than going to a ball game, let's say, then that becomes a passionate thing. That's one thing. Second, to know how to work with people who can do things really well, to get the most leverage out of people, okay? Third, how do you get yourself really, what are the right work habits? How do I get it done without me doing it? All of a sudden you open yourself up to all different possibilities of how you can do that, right? No time, struggle well, or tough love. Okay, I put those words together because that exemplifies the fact that people don't think they go together. And so if you start to realize struggling well is what will get you what you want, okay, rather than avoiding struggle. And so if you realize that, then you will go to the struggle. You won't be averse to the struggle, because if you don't struggle, you won't get stronger. If you worry, you don't have to worry. And if you don't worry, you have to worry. Okay? Because what I mean is, if you're worrying about what can go wrong, chances are you will create the protections against that thing going wrong, and therefore that's good. And if you're not worrying about the things that are going to go wrong, then the things you never expect are going to come and hit you. And so it sounds counterintuitive. If you worry, you don't have to worry. And if you don't worry, you better worry. But what it means is that process of, okay, go to the thing, go to it, and enjoy it. View these things as puzzles. Your personality will change. You'll enjoy it because life is a puzzle. It's a going through the jungle. How do I go into that jungle and be successful at that? And I could tell you the answer. The answer is, first, by worrying about what I don't see that I might be wrong with, and to do it with people who see the things that I might not see, and we are all doing it as a mission to get through that jungle well together. And when I went through that jungle, and we do that together, the thing I found out, which is so wonderful, is I don't want to leave the jungle. I don't want to get to the other side, because I want to be with those people on that mission, and that whole experience becomes great. So I found my way to be successful in the jungle, to get to the other side, and I found out what really is a great reward. Orchestrate all those ways of seeing, because you are not just one of those people that's got to do it yourself. Your way of being the success is to go above it and be the orchestrator and know what you're good at and what you're not good at. So it's almost like if you want your life to be successful, you will not let yourself do certain things because you're just no good at them. Once you get that picture down, then you can find the paths wherever the paths are. You're open-minded. Whenever you're in a situation where you're making a decision, important decision, just pause and write down what type of decision was it and why did I make that decision that way. That's writing down your principles. It's kind of your recipe for success. And we could talk about it. And then every time I'm in a situation, I'll write down, why did I make that decision? And we could look at those criteria. Did that make sense to do that decision that way? Would you have different criteria? And so on. And you do that over a period of time, okay? And then you have your principles. Now you keep doing it, it'll become apparent to you how everything's another one of those, because what'll happen is the next time around, you're gonna find, I don't know, let's say you're firing somebody, use that as an example, you would say, okay, now I'm firing somebody again. Okay, now let me just kind of reflect. Would I modify that principle? And how would I do that? And then, okay, now maybe you're firing somebody who's been with you for 10 years and you love. And that's not the same as firing the son of a bitch who you want to get rid of. So then you refine that. How should I deal with that one and that? And why does it make sense? Because that reflection, why does it make sense? Why does it make sense? And really wanting truthfulness. You know, not worried about being embarrassed. Making mistakes, really on the struggle with all of you together is a good thing. And it changes your way of seeing things, okay? It changes your perspective. Again, I want to repeat, because then life becomes easier, because it's not all these bits and pieces. Okay, it's another one of those. It gives you an equanimity, and like a ninja. Okay, it's another one of these coming at me. Okay, and how do I approach this? And then you can have a conversation. It's just reality. How should you deal with that reality? And if you do that, then you think in a whole different way. Okay, you just want to get to the best way to deal with your realities. If you know what you're not good at, your life's no problem, because you don't even have to get good at it. You just have to work with somebody who's good at what you're not good at, right? So there's a path forward when you get out of your head that you got to do that. So the only basic notion is, if we were to have a relationship, is and by the way, it's non-hierarchical. You could say, hey, Ray, I don't think you're very good at that. And I'm going to be the same way. I put it in because I needed it, because I'm worried that I'm going to be wrong. So then you come to me and you say, I don't think it's very good. Well, how do we find out in a non-ego constrained, objective way whether I'm good at that or not? If I don't think you are good at something and I am relevant to your life, or vice versa, we got to work it out. We got to figure that out together.
Would you do this with your wife?
In all relationships. But each role, I'm trying to say, in some way you have to find out how to do the art of thoughtful disagreement.